Let's rationalize this denominator. Now we've got kind of a big one here, but we know what to do. We're just going to multiply the top and the bottom by the conjugate of this denominator. So we're going to have 3 over 5 square roots of 7 plus 3 square roots of 5 times, all right, the conjugate. 5 square roots of 7 minus 3 square roots of 5. 5 square roots of 7 minus 3 square roots of 5. So let's multiply these tops together. I'm just going to indicate it. I'm going to indicate the left top times the right top. So I'm just going to write this as 3 times the quantity, 5 square roots of 7 minus 3 square roots of 5 over, now these are conjugates, so we know what to do here. Let's look at this one. I'm going to square the first. Now we can do this here. You know what? I'm going to write it out. If you can do it in your head, that's great. I'm going to write this one out. So here's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to square the first, 5 square roots of 7 squared, put a minus sign, and then square the second, 3 square roots of 5 squared, right? That's our shortcut fast rule for multiplying conjugates. So what I did is I squared the first, right? Square the first, put a minus sign, square the second. Now, in the top here, I can actually multiply that 3 through. So let's do that. So 3 times 5 is 15 square roots of 7 minus, and then the 3 times 3 is the 9 square root of 5. And in the denominator, let's go ahead and square these terms here. 5 squared is 25 times, and then the square root of 7 squared, we know is just 7, minus, now over here, 3 squared, we're going to square each one of these, 3 squared is the 9, times, and now, square the square root of 5, we just get 5. Now in the top, we can't really do anything. We've got square roots of 7 and square roots of 5. Those are different. I've got 15 of these, minus 9 of these different things. So I can't really do anything there. So let's just rewrite that. We're going to have 15 square roots of 7 minus 9 square roots of 5. But in the denominator, what we're going to get now is 25 times 7. 25 times 7 is 175 minus 45. So this is going to give us 15 square roots of 7 minus 9 square roots of 5 all over 175 minus 45 is 130. And I think that's probably the best we can do. Now we could do this, or if you wanted to, back here, right, we multiplied through with that 3. If you don't want to do that, that's perfectly okay. So what we could do here is we could write this, or we could write it as that 3 times 5 square root of 7 minus 3 square root of 5 all over 130. But the 3 and the 130, nothing cancels there. So either form is good. Now let's see if we can rationalize this denominator here in number 91. So we know we've got two terms. So we know we're going to multiply the top and the bottom by the conjugate of this denominator here. So let's do that. So we're going to have m minus 4 over square root of m plus 2 times square root of m minus 2 square root of m minus 2. Now, before multiplying this top out, maybe let's just indicate what we're going to do, and if we have to, we'll do that later. So what I'm going to have is the left top, quantity m minus 4, right? I need parentheses, right, because we have more than one term. All of this, multiplying all of this, so we need to put them in parentheses to capture all of them. So I've got this m minus 4 times this square root of m minus 2 over, and if we square the first, what we're doing is we're squaring a square root, so the radical comes off. We get m, put a minus sign, square the second, we get a 4. Oh, now look at this. This m minus 4 here cancels with that one up there, and we are left with just square root of m minus 2. That's nice.